You know, Vincent D'Onofrio, I don't quite have him in that pantheon of guys that I say there in the world of comic book movies and TV shows. There are certain guys that were just straight up born to play certain roles, right? Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool, Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark. Even my favorite, Chris Evans as Captain America, I don't necessarily have there. I don't think he's as synonymous with his character as those other three are. But even though he's my favorite. Close to that list, though, maybe not on the list, but close to it, is Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, Kingpin. Especially in his Netflix days, but also carried it over to Daredevil Born Again. Well, there's an interesting headline running around. This one right here on comicbook.com that writes, the MCU's best villain actor wants to jump to the DCU and fans approve it. Now, obviously, that's a little bit of a clickbaity title. I wish the title just said Vincent D'Onofrio talks about playing Swamp Thing, but be that as it may. And what they're referring to is there was a time not long ago when Vincent D'Onofrio was, at one of these conventions and asked about characters he would love to play. And he straight up mentioned DC Swamp Thing. Well, now on social media, he's made a little bit of a splash again. DC Comics fanboy put up, should Vincent D'Onofrio play Swamp Thing in James Gunn's DCU? To which Vincent D'Onofrio personally replied, yes, he should. Which is an amazing response. And have kudos to Vincent D'Onofrio for saying so much in just 3 words. It's pretty amazing. But at any rate, look, it needs to be brought up again that there is no such thing as jumping from one studio to another.
Traitor.
Some people think somebody has to leave this. No. This isn't professional sports where if you're a quarterback for one team, yes, you would have to literally leave that team to go to another team. You cannot play for multiple teams.
But John, won't audiences only see Kingpin when they see Swamp Thing?
Yes, because when I look at this picture of Swamp Thing, all I see is Vincent D'Onofrio. There we are. All I see is Vincent D'Onofrio.
I just see Private Pile.
But that's true too. I
got dark.
Actors work in movies at different studios all the time. He does not need to leave Marvel. He doesn't need to jump ship from Marvel to go. He can play Swamp Thing and play Kingpin in the MCU. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, Lawrence Fishburne, in the same span, he was playing a character in Ant-Man, and he was playing Perry White in DC. I mean, there's literally nothing that stops it. So he doesn't have to leave one to go to another.
I just figured it was the same character.
It's just Kingpin now in the DCU. Kingpin with a fungal problem. So look, I would love to see this personally. I think it would be great. Now, I'm having my doubts that this project's ever going to happen. Now, they did mention the great James Mangold was looking at doing Swamp Thing. And I, as a movie fan, would give a lot to see that. And I think Vincent D'Onofrio would be great in it, depending on what, James Mangold has as a vision. Maybe that he wants a guy in his early 30s to play it or something like that. I don't know. But having Vincent D'Onofrio over there would be pretty great. Anyway, Rob, you saw this thing that D'Onofrio put out. What did you think about it?
Hilarious. I mean, actor wants a role, but it's funny that I could see Vincent D'Onofrio wanting to do something like Swamp Thing because, to bring pathos to a character like that, especially buried under makeup, is difficult to do. And I think he would see it as he seems to me to be a consummate actor and would love an acting challenge like this. And why not? Actor says yes to part. Speculatively says yes to part. I love this idea. I love Vincent D'Onofrio. I'll tell you one thing. When you watch his Kingpin, he ain't phoning it in, man. He's relishing every moment on screen, and I'm there for it. I don't think if he was Swamp Thing, it'd be one hell of a Swamp Thing. Dick Durock's big shoes to fill, but still, I think that he'd be great.
By the way, this is a side note. I'm just saying how great that social media post was from Vincent D'Onofrio. I saw one of my favorite social media posts that a celebrity could possibly do today. And it's Jane Fonda, who was at the Emmys, and she was all dolled up, and some outlet wrote this, Jane Fonda looking amazing and stuff like that. And Bring this up, Jonathan. So Jane Fonda took that picture of her and then put in the new picture on the right. And she wrote, yeah, I look great. What it doesn't tell you is that I couldn't get the zipper undone and I had to sleep in the dress. And this is me this morning making breakfast. And I just thought that is the greatest thing ever that she would post that.
By the way, last week, Jane Fonda was on NPR. It was an incredible interview with her. She is still smart as a tack. I love Jane Fonda, not just because of Barbarella. Again, you go back and you look at movies that she was in, like The Electric Horseman, and Coming Home. I mean, Clute. She has
she's recently in The Newsroom.
Oh yeah, and like Robert Redford. I mean, she is goated. But her interview with NPR, I think I want to say it was, if it wasn't Terry Gross, it was somebody filling in for Terry Gross. It is such a great interview, one of the best I've heard lately with any celebrity, and she was really impressive. She even dealt with when she went to Vietnam and explained what happened when they called her Hanoi Jane and a traitor. She doesn't back down from any of that. She was really, what a great lady, man.
Guys, we want to thank the sponsor of today's episode, PrizePicks. Look, you and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right actually means you win. And with football back, there is no better time to get in on the action. You guys know I've been using PrizePicks for a while now, and it's honestly the most fun I've had engaging with the new football season already. For example, this weekend, I had Josh Allen throwing for more than 270 passing yards and Baker Mayfield having more than 2.5 passing touchdowns, and boom, I won on both. Building your lineups on PrizePicks is fast, simple, and honestly extremely fun. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and if you're right, you win. What's even better is that PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still win even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Plus, they've even got this thing called injury reboots, so if a player goes down in the first half, it won't count against you. And PrizePicks operates in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. So download the app today and use code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What would you think about Vincent D'Onofrio maybe being DC's Swamp Thing? I mean, ex-actor, ex-role, but I always say start with a great actor. Vincent D'Onofrio is a great actor.
Yes, he would bring the voice, man.
Oh, he would bring such a great voice to it. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.